Hello, I'm Renee Baribeau. Welcome to the Shamans Cave.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sandra Ingerman. Welcome to the Shamans Cave.
And today we have a subject that we all give lip service to. We always think, oh, we have a grateful heart and we have, gratitude rolls off of our tongue. But how grateful are you when you're not getting your own way and things are windy outside and things that you built have crumbled over and systems are failing? And how do we stay grateful when everything that we know and love is not acting the way we would like it to act in order for our joyous selves to be appreciative of it?
Yeah, I what Renee is saying is really true because right now I think a lot of people are having a hard time trying to find gratefulness. And the way I see it, because I spend a lot of time being bitter and a lot of time being grateful, so I can see the different energetics. And we're always trying to follow the river of life. And I've shared this, but the only thing I'm focusing on right now, there's only two things I'm focusing on right now. Do I have the energy to do something? And if I do something, is it following the river of life? That's my only two ways of making choices right now. So when you think about gratefulness is a flow. Gratefulness is an energy. You think of the word gratefulness. You think of the vibration that comes from the word gratefulness. It has a flow. It has a graceful flow to it. So what we've always known, every spiritual book has written this for the last 20 years, is that when you start your day being grateful, it creates an actual pathway. It creates an actual foundation for the path for the rest of your day. And if you start your day going, oh God, not another day, I can't face another day, that's a choice you make. That's the energy flow that you just entered into. You just entered into an energy flow that's going to take you into a most likely challenging day. And so it's difficult. Things are not looking that wonderful right now for a lot of us, and that's just the way it is. It's what life is bringing us. We just have to be realistic about it. But what life doesn't do anything to us. Life only does things for us. So life is doing something for us right now. And we have to reach into our hearts and find little things, just little things that we're grateful for. Like I had a minute today where I had no pain. And watch how the energy just explodes and opens up a path that follows the river of life, that brings more opportunity for more positive events to happen.
I love that. And anyone who's ever been in pain for a long time, or sad for a long time or grieving for a long time, there's this transformation that it comes like somebody once said, oh, there'll be a day when you miss the pain, or there'll be a day when you miss the grief. And when I was young, I would be in bed for two to 3 days every month because of, depression. And then there'd be a day that I missed the being in bed for 2 to 3 days of depression. And now it's like, I can laugh as I look back on that, thinking like, oh, that would have been nice to have a day or 2 or 3 when I just had darkened curtains and, hid my head under the pillow. Because now, every day there's a whole list of things to get done. But that sometimes we're so wrapped up in the cycle of our own self that we don't even have the gap to look and see, oh, I'm without pain for a minute. Oh, I think I'll breathe that in a little bit more. And I think I'll breathe that in just a little bit more so I can hold on to that joy just a millisecond more.
Yeah, absolutely. And we can also take actions to remind ourselves. It's artificial at first, but then, sometimes we have to start with acting in an artificial way to get into a habit. And so, I used to have a depression cycle, very different from Renee's, but it was a cycle. And when I didn't need the cycle anymore, I asked my helping spirit, Isis, what should I do? Because even though I didn't need the cycle anymore, I kept falling into the cycle. And what she asked me to do was to take a little bit of cornmeal and just put it on the ground every single day and give thanks for my life, no matter how I was feeling. To just every day, just put a little bit of cornmeal down every day and give thanks for my life. And at first it felt artificial, but as you keep doing it, it feels like something wonderful. So what are little things that we can do? We can put a little offering down. We can put a little flower down somewhere. We can go to our altar. Hopefully you have a little altar or a candle that you can light, and you can come up with something positive about life and about your life and about what you're looking forward to. And it actually changes the path of the flow that you're going.
Something you said about faking it until you make it. There's scientific proof that if you smile, it changes the way you feel. And so the one of the littlest things you can do is put a smile on your face. In the Wind Clan, we laugh at the beginning of every class. I actually take everybody off their Zoom, off their mute, and everybody laughs together for a good, well, it all depends because it starts as a minute, but sometimes it'll go to 3 to 4 minutes because when somebody has an infectious laugh, there's more laughter and then the laughter continues. And I don't want to cut the Zoom before the laughter dies out. But that's another little trick that you can laugh with somebody or laugh at yourself. That's always a good one. And there was one, when you were talking about the other little trick that I've learned about gratitude is that it's the fall and it's raining and it's getting cold in some parts of the world, to put some tulip bulbs into the earth. Because in the spring, when the tulip bulbs come up, inadvertently you'll be in a different place, and the colorful magic of the flowers will cheer your day.
I like that. Yeah, an exercise that I like to give is writing love in the earth after it's rained or after it snowed, and then that melts into the earth. And so what that does for you, I know that nobody can write the words love in the earth and not feel grateful while they're doing it. So, it's thinking about, we tend to get into too big of practices, and we put too much pressure on ourselves and too much judgment on ourselves. But start to maybe write a note somewhere where you see it. What am I grateful for right now? What am I grateful for right now? And I really understand those of you who feel like you don't have anything that you're grateful for. But as Renee said, scientifically it's been found that if you smile, you will get happy. And if you actually say that you're grateful for the color yellow, right now I've been very grateful for the color yellow. I'm very having a special relationship with the sun. And if that's all you're grateful for, that's a lot. That's enough to throw you, to shift the track of your energetic track of where you're going downhill. It's enough to give you the opportunity to make another choice, to step on another path that will bring you to a more joyful place that day, because there's a lot to feel sad about right now. There's a lot to feel angry about right now. But that's not how you want to go about your day, because everything is connected and everything is happening for a reason. And we have to understand that we're connected to a creator and a universe that loves us. And so as we drop into gratefulness, the creator and the universe can drop in more gifts to us.
I love that. It reminds me, I have a 30-day gratitude challenge that I haven't launched in a long time. And I would launch it. So I'll put the link for the gratitude challenge in today's newsletter so that you can sign up and you'll get 30 days of gratitude prompts. And so, Sandra, if you have any, I'm happy to change them out with some other prompts, because they're just things that I found to work for me, like, the planting of the tulips, or, because there was times that I would have to fill up whole sheets of paper with, that I'm whole and complete exactly as I am. It was pretty dark down there, many years ago. And when that darkness, there's a part of yourself in that hologram that always knows that it's right over there. It's right on the other side of the looking glass. And so having these practices, I think really truthfully over the years, what I've realized is what makes me less depressed and more happy and leading a productive life is that I have tools, and that these tools save my ass when I'm sinking.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I talk to my husband about this all the time, because we both have bad days like everybody's having. And what I say to him is, because I'll talk to him in the morning. This is how I have to talk to myself. This is what I have to tell myself. I said, it's like I'm working on my hardest client right now. And he'll talk to me about, the practices that he's using. And I look at him and I go, what do people do who don't have these practices? Because we're just kind of, we're doing well, we're hanging in there, but we're walking a tightrope. But we're staying on the tightrope because we do our practices all day long. And what do people do who don't have spiritual practices? And there isn't one spiritual practice that is going to create happiness and peace for you. You really have to find the ones that bring you joy, that are fun to do. They all bring you to the same place. So what's fun to do?
For me, I love to go for my afternoon wind walks, where I go outside, I hear the breeze of the wind, I might ask a question, or a lot of times it'll be just to shed the day or take a nice wind bath. I think this will challenge you to maybe show up on the Facebook page or the YouTube page, or the people who send letters, and tell us what your gratitude practices are. And maybe we can compose a pretty big list and put it together so people have, more tools. Because as this world's spinning up, it's harder to find that peace. It really is. And the more practices you have and the more ways you can help and become a light for other people with your own smile, the better off we all will be as we walk forward through these times ahead.
Yeah, we have. You have no idea how much support we have. And so it basically, sorry, how we get into the field of energy of that support, because we have to actually walk into the field of energy of that support. And gratitude is a doorway into a different field of energy. And so every time you say the words, I feel grateful for, you actually start opening up the veil of illusion from this 3D dimension, and you start to go into a dimension that's lighter, more filled with love. And the thing that people don't understand is it just happens naturally. All of a sudden, you're there one day, and you don't remember how you got there. But trust me, it was through saying thank you to the universe every day.
Right? And if you don't think you have anything to be grateful for, a thought that I'd like to leave you with is that when you wake up every morning, you don't have to give yourself a slap on the head and tell your breath to start breathing. No. It's an automatic of your humanness. And isn't that a miracle that you don't stop breathing during the night, that you wake up every day with new wind? To me, it just doesn't get any more simple than that. Today I woke up, today I was breathing, today I'm thankful.
I love that. I love that. And I think everybody should really feel the energy of that, the frequency of that in your body. If you do body scans, start doing body scans. And like when you listen to Renee or when you read something inspirational, take a moment and feel how your cells actually took that information in and how it felt good. So,
what a beautiful way to end. So we've got lots of gratitude on the horizon here, and we look forward to hearing how you start your day every day with some gratitude, and what are those little things that you're most grateful for, and what are some of the big things you're grateful for too.
Absolutely. Blessings, everyone. And don't forget to tell everybody about the Shamans Cave and send them to Shamans TV to subscribe.